movies. Let's start off with God Is Not Dead 2. This movie is one of those faith-based movies, Christian movies, and it is unabashed about its message. It's proud about that God is real. We should stand up for this, and I think this movie should play well in certain parts of the country, especially with some of the laws being passed in some of these states. So the movie stars Melissa Joan Hart, Pat Boone, Robin Givens, Eddie Hudson, and I didn't even watch the first movie, God Is Not Dead 1. I don't know how that movie did. Let's see. God Is Not Dead was released in last year, and it pulled in about 60 million domestic, which is pretty good, and the budget is 2.
From the trailer, it looks awful.
It is, but as I said, I think it will play well in certain part of the states, conservative part of the states.
Wait, how did the first one do?
It did really, really well. You'll be surprised. It made about 60 million.
Okay.
Domestic.
All right, that's why they have a God's Not Dead 2, and I mean the trailer looks awful. But hey, the first one did 60 million, so we'll see how well this one does.
This like I said, this movie is unabashed in its message that God is real. We shouldn't be ashamed that we believed in this, and this is kind of like, well, the middle finger to the rest of the world, or people the non-believers, saying, hey, we're not backing down. We should stand up for our rights and our beliefs.
Yeah, well, considering that, what's the percentage in the U.S.? Like 70% of the people in the U.S. are Christians. What kind of numbers are you thinking?
I think it'll open around to the same as the first movie. The first movie opened to about 9 million. I think it's gonna do around there too. I think 10 million.
Yeah, I don't know how to predict this one, because the first one opened to only 9 million, but it ended up making 61 million. That's a huge multiple. That's like six times. On average, most films only do 3 times opening weekend. So this the first film had huge legs. So I'm not sure if that huge legs means like huge demand. If it means huge demand, if it means that there's a huge following, this film might open better than 9 million. And I'm not sure how these things go. I mean, like in terms of these kind of films for sequels, in this faith-based genre, because a lot of these faith-based genre films, they promote it in the theaters and churches, so I'm not sure if they have that pent-up demand. But since the first film was leggy, I'll use the traditional movie and I'll give it a 15 million. I'll give it a bump, a 15 million opening. Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if it did that number, because it taps into an anger within these faith-based groups. So I'm not surprised it will do that number or more.